That's a power of sports right there. Let's bring you into the show tonight. It's a Tuesday night, so let me start with the guy close to me, Samuel Egogo. Jesus live with the brother Samuel. Good to have you on the show.
Good evening, last name.
Good to have you around. There's so much going down. I'm sure your prep talk about them today, particularly the Super Eagles going on against Zambia.
That game on Sunday, exciting game to watch out for. The Super Eagles need to win this one to fancy our chance in Russia.
That's right.
Next year.
Cosmos Chukwuemeka is also here. Cosmos, good to have you on the show.
Well, Austin, is good to be, and of course, following everything that you were saying, reading all the numbers, I was like, okay, wow, I had that goosebump, while growing up, watching a whole lot of football, watching a whole lot of boxing, and of course, some other sports as well, shows that Nigeria has a whole lot of talent, potentials, but it is not compared to the sort of successes and the achievements we've made when it comes to sports, football. Even before winning the African Cup of Nations in 1918, because Nigeria, actually, the Green Eagles won the first, probably the first thing they can ever win as a national team in '73. In Lagos, the All-African Cup of Nations gold, football, and it's run like that. Almost qualified for Argentina '78. Remember what happened? Yes, it was a very sad one. And Uncle was at the stadium in Lagos, and he keeps telling me stories about everything that has happened, and everything that happened in the 80s, the resurgence of football in the 90s, and the downturn, especially the late 90s, and of course, everything that has happened. And, people keep talking about Chioma Ajunwa and the fact that she won the gold medal at the Olympics. They have forgotten that Nigeria actually won medals in boxing, medals in athletics, in weightlifting, and of course, every Commonwealth game till the Commonwealth game in 2014 were probably the best African side aside South Africa. I remember that 1992, Barcelona 92, that top place, maybe Marion Yali and a girls, the 4x100 meter finals. You saw what happened. You saw the excitement. That is one of the colorful moments of the Olympics. So, goosebumps, 57 years, but I watched the show yesterday, and this guy said it. We need to start restructuring. We need to start taking sports very seriously in this country, and certainly the country will be better for it.
And this Cosmos just sounded like he's so old. I mean, this Cosmos...
I'm a young man.
Let's go back to go and read this some research. It's okay. But Samuel, for you, let's just the 57 years of sports. That's a long time.
Long time.
We should be better than how we are now.
We should be better than what we have now. Many have claimed we have plenty of talent, but then harnessing those talents and what we've achieved is not commensurate. In 1996, I was still a young boy then, and it was a glorious moment when Nigeria defeated Brazil in the semi-finals and Argentina in the finals. It was glorious. I was shedding tears as a young boy. The games they play around middle of the night.
We stayed up.
We stayed up to see those matches, despite the fact that we had power problem back then, but people stayed up to see those games. It was an amazing moment.
Parents telling you go to bed because tomorrow you have school, and we can still dance after beating Brazil. And we can keep this conversation going. You can talk to us, because I want us to still, to solve a problem, we must first identify it. So we'll find out where we went wrong, because in 1994, we didn't just have a football team that was respected, they were feared. From winning the Cup of Nations in Tunisia to going to the World Cup. And then in 96, we just carried about 5 senior players, and we still had a formidable squad.
You see, that team that won the African Cup of Nations, many of them were still within the age range, and you just took some of them. Now, the team that played in Atlanta 96, same United States of America, many of them were part of the fringe side of the 1994 squad. Kanu Nwankwo was part of the fringe side. He wasn't taken to the World Cup, but then he was at the King Fahad Cup, that is now the FIFA Confederations Cup, for 1995. You understand? You see that friendly, some days ago I was watching that friendly game between Nigeria and England, and frankly speaking, I was like, England didn't even supposed to win. They just took their chances, and Nigeria just couldn't take their chances. We're the 5th best side in the world. Coming back to 1996 with all the struggles. Remember, they lost a friendly in Lagos against Togo, 3 goals to 1, and everybody was calling for...
Well, we said it wasn't the same thing with the 94 squad.
I mean, it wasn't the same thing.
We don't know, Bonfrey Joe cannot be like Clemens Vesta. We were very unforgiving because we loved our football.
Exactly, we loved our football, but then after that first game when they won 1-0 when they won Hungary 1-0, and winning the second game, I think by 2-0 against Japan. I know they lost that game against Brazil, and you felt that, okay, fine, maybe it's a tough game. And in the quarterfinals, winning Mexico, that had a great Campos as a goalkeeper at the time. Then in the semi-finals, that Brazilian team was like the second team of the USA 94 World Cup winning team. And somehow, in the second half, we put it together, 3-2, 3-3 at the dying minutes, and of course, that golden goal. Wanko Kano scoring that goal. You know, all these things, memories, I mean, it gives you goosebumps, but you be like, okay, where is that hunger? You understand? Where is that hunger?
How old are you?
Well, in 96, I was a child. In fact, I couldn't even see the game because my mom had to flog me.
I had to do that too. Yeah, just balance up what happened with Samuel. Because Samuel cried. These are good times. And it's, you know, at that time, it wasn't just football. We're also superior in combat sports. We're good in weightlifting.
The sprints
were very good. Sprints, you know, we had options everywhere. You know, so that's why we will keep this conversation going till about Friday, even next week. And as we celebrate 57 years of sports, at Channels TV, we've called it a rebirth. We need to go back and find out where we actually lost it. Pick ourselves back up and start winning again. It's Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's keep the conversation going. Hashtag 57 years of sports. On Twitter, Channels_Sports, Facebook, Channels IFA Sports. Let's get on with the conversation that you guys are talking about presently. And that's the Super Eagles of Nigeria taking on the Chipolopolo of Zambia. That game will be played on Saturday, the 7th of this month at the Goswell Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Nigeria looks good. They started their campaign on October the 10th last year at Ndola in Zambia. They won 2-1. We'll be playing the second leg. How optimistic are you?
100%. 100%. You know, going to the qualifier itself, Nigeria was not ranked top 10 before the competition. Algeria and Cameroon were ranked ahead of Nigeria, and we thought, let's see what we can do. And we went to Zambia, we defeated them 2-1. The hope came alive. And then we came to Nigeria, defeated Algeria 3-0. And then we felt Cameroon could be there for a taking. We defeated them, and we went away, got a vital point away from home at Cameroon. And against Zambia, I feel the Zambia are more under pressure because we are playing at home. We have the home advantage. The crowd are with play, and the players are playing in good spirits. And at the moment, it will be scored for us now the weekend, and it's going to be with the team. The teams are playing very well at the moment. Mikel, very massive for the team. Igalo is also in the team. So I feel we can do enough to get one past Zambia, find ourselves in Russia come next year.
Cosmos, Samuel is an optimistic Nigerian. Are you part of that few that have some worries?
Well, certainly there are worries. I mean, this is a Zambian side that got 6 maximum points against Algeria. Yeah, you could say that Algeria, they are downtown, but it is not easy. When was the last time a team went to Algiers to beat Algeria? And of course, Zambia did that. One good. Maybe the last time I could remember, I do stand to be corrected, was that, do you remember Germany 2006 World Cup qualifiers when we actually went there to beat them 5-2? Now, probably that was the last time, I do not know, I do stand to be corrected, when any team went to Algeria to beat them at home, and Zambia did it. They got 6 maximum points. So it's a big time worry. Now, from being third on the log, they have jumped to second on the log. So certainly there are worries, and let's just see what happens, but I feel the Super Eagles will get a win.
Okay, so recent pictures from their training session right there in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. You see a full complement of the squad. Tells you that the main business is serious business right there. On Saturday, we will get to know who wants it more. It's